Hello, welcome back to my channel. Just in case you're new here, my name is Kay and I make videos about planning, journaling, budgeting, and a midlife makeover that I happen to be going through. Today's video, I thought I would do an end of May check-in with my traveler's notebooks. I recently, a couple of months ago, moved from a DIY planner slash journal over to traveler's notebooks. So I just like to give you an update as to how that's going and where I, am with their development. So first thing I can share is I continue to completely enjoy this. I'm really surprised by how often I'm moving inserts. So, I think that's one of my biggest surprise that I've never had a mobile planner or a mobile journal, and yeah, definitely I'm liking that aspect of the traveler's notebook. I'm also liking in the traveler's notebook that, these inserts are kind of time bound. So they only last for a couple of months. Well, it depends, I guess, on like my journal insert, how long, how much I journal, and that also gives me the opportunity to switch it out and create something new. And I think that was something that I was missing in my previous method, that it just seemed to be so, consistent, the same, static. It was difficult to get it to develop, grow, change. If I wanted something in pastels one month, maybe the next month I would want something darker. And it was difficult to achieve that, I think, in my DIY planner and journal. So that's definitely been a perk of these as well. I'm kind of in the habit where at the end of each day, I put my purse in my office, and then the next morning when I go in, I take these out of my purse. These are the two notebooks that travel in my purse with me, and I update them as well as move around any inserts that I want for that day and pack it back up in my purse, and I'm off. So I think I'm in a pretty good routine with them as well. That feels like it's flowing nicely. So again, these are the two traveler notebooks that I keep in my purse with me at all times. The inserts aren't always the same because sometimes, I don't know if you can see them off camera here. I have two other notebooks here. I'm moving those around. So, but this is pretty much the normal every day-to-day setup. So I'll show you each one. In my little passport notebook, there are a few things that I keep. The first one is I have here an area where I do keep track of things I want to do or things I need to buy, and I just kind of have these different domains set up. So that's this front little notebook. It's a pretty small notebook, so it was ideal for list keeping and things like that. That was a new, I don't think I showed you that in my last video because it's been a pretty new, probably about a month in now, and I'm enjoying that. And then the next thing here, of course, is my TBR, and I am, as I'm buying books, you can see here I'm putting little stars or stickers on them. As I finish them, I'm rating them and making a few notes in here. But these are because going to the bookstore is a likelihood for me, so I just always have these on the ready as to what I'm looking for and what part, what series I've started and where I'm at with it. I just actually bought that one so I can mark that one. I'm really loving this series by Raven Kennedy. Powerless, absolutely did not like it at all. I couldn't even get through. I got it on Audible. I couldn't even get through the first hour of it, so I returned those on Audible. That will be a no-go series for me. But yeah, you can kind of see my progress, where I'm at with the books that I've identified that I want to get and what I do have. And I also make note of in what format, if it's a physical book or an Audible. Physical books, I am signed up on Amazon for a wish list, I think they call it. And something neat they do with those lists is they alert you to any sales. So if you see, like, I bought a book, but I haven't read it or something like that, it's because I've caught it on sale. Doing that new method with Amazon has allowed me, I have found so far like 3 books that have been 50% off, and that's a big savings. Otherwise, I tend to prefer to go to bookstores to get physical books, but and not purchase from Amazon. But yeah, this is just my keep track. And as I hear about a book that I want to add to it, I just continue to build out this little insert, yeah, with books. So you can see it continues on. I just got gold. I'm not there yet in the series, but I just got it. And I think I purchased that for like 70% off. So that was a good find for me. So that's this insert. And then this last insert are just my field notes. And these are things where I'm just feeling really pulled to or called to. I'm out and about on town and I see something. Maybe I want to journal about it later, or write a poem about it later, or just, I have a moment of reflection that I want to capture. That goes into my field notes. Okay, so that's my little passport notebook. And these are not real traveler's notebooks. These are just generic ones that I purchased from Amazon. Okay, and this is my regular size traveler's notebook that I have more for my daily planning. So front pocket, I always put receipts in it for later. And then here is my calendar section. And this front insert is just all about daily business for me. So if I go back to May, I'm keeping a calendar here so I'm aware of events and dates. And then here, my daily business is just how much sleep did I get? How many steps did I take? Any appointments, any after work errands or weekend errands, I always jot down here for just, daily record keeping. So it's pretty simple. I've liked it that way. I haven't felt compelled at all to do more or to decorate it or anything like that. I don't know. I just like the simplicity of it all. Not simplicity. It's early. This is my first cup of coffee. Cheers. This is a new, I spilled down it. This is a new coffee cup. I don't know if you can capture it in the film. My filming equipment now is pretty tall, so I can no longer see the camera when I'm filming, but I got it at an estate sale for, I think, $1. So you can see I've set up June, and I'll go through the same thing, just regular, daily business keeping, and that's this front insert. Oh, for the front cover of the insert, I was playing around in Canva with how to make an insert cover. So I was just noodling around there. That's what that's about. Okay, and then my next one is more of my quick daily journaling, which I've been trying to get in the habit of, and I'll kind of show you what that looked like for me. So the first calendar I set up, or the daily journaling that I set up in here, is I did want to keep track of some of the things that I'm doing for my midlife makeover and some daily behaviors that I really need to keep watch over because I tend to not care for myself very well in those areas. So the first month I set up in here, which was May, I set up little trackers. And then, I had the events. I kind of had this overview, a little calendar here that I could look at. And then I just left the rest of it blank. So that would allow me to write in as many pages as I wanted to or didn't want to before my June calendar. So I didn't pre-set up my June calendar at all. And this was the first month where I was actually on the go, journaling potentially on the go. And I just didn't know what that would look like for me. So you can see here, it's pretty simple. It's pretty short. I am putting in some pictures. If I feel like, that particular entry reminds me of something, I may look for a sticker for it. Here were just some stickers I was making on my Cricut machine. And then more daily journaling. That's our dog, Sammy. My mom getting her hair done. She always brings a romance book with her and likes to read. It's absolutely adorable. This was a date night with hubby and I. We were trying a new restaurant called The Plot, and it was delicious. So very delicious. And then, this was Mother's Day. So a couple of pictures of Mother's Day. And you can see I'm just moving on along the month. And you can see here, I'm not doing it every day. And that's just been the best thing about this is, you know, with my bigger office planner, I felt really compelled that I needed to have every day filled in and no blank days allowed. So this has been really nice about this, is I'm not so much concerned about the blank days. Okay, so this was a longer entry, and this happened to be a day, what we call a 3G day, and that's where my daughter, myself, and my mom, 3 generations, 3 girls, plan a day out. And you can see here, of course, where we found ourselves at the bookstore. Spredge, a new word that I learned at Barnes & Noble, and that's the sprayed edge on a book, often used in conjunction with other decorative elements like gilded end papers, I need my glasses, and intricate foils. That's called spredge. Garden walks. Oh, I got these stickers here at an estate sale. I was pretty chuffed about that. It looks like I spent $32 at that estate sale for stamps, and I picked up a ton of beads, so it was an amazing deal. Yeah, I was really happy about that. Our little rabbit, Lily. And over here, Memorial Day, I asked my hubby to hang a couple planters in the office, so you can see them here, getting them up and then hanging them. I'd wanted to take a snapshot of them because I know that they're going to grow a lot. I envisioned this one starting to grow down, so I just wanted, like, here they are as babies, cute little babies. And then I started June here. I do keep a paper clip on this, so actually I'll leave it open to May. And what I changed in June for the setup is you can see again, I have a very casual setup. I took a picture of the coffee cup I was just trying to show you from the estate sale. What I did do different was I just felt like, I can see, what I'm accomplishing, what I'm doing, the goals that I'm meeting. I just didn't like the layout of it. So I created a shine sheet and I just put it into a page, and I think I'm going to like this a little bit better. And these are the things that, I focus on. I try to make sure that I'm taking, care of myself, and I felt it gave me a better awareness than this because I just felt myself slipping in some of these things. So I started this new shine sheet. So I've been updating that for June, and then you can see I'm just rolling right along with my June entries. So that's that insert. Now, this one just holds photos, and normally I keep my IDs and ATM and things like that there. This is my cash wallet, and my normal, routine is I come in the morning, I empty out the change. I like to keep it light. I reorganize my money. I have found since moving from a whole cash wallet to just a cash zipper pouch, I tend to want to keep my money neater. So that's been a nice perk. And then this last insert is an insert that I'm keeping for when I spend cash. I am keeping track now of my cash wallet, which was a big leap for me, but I really enjoyed doing that. And that's the last insert. And again, normally that's the normal daily. Sometimes I do, you can see you probably can't see it's off camera. And my other 2 traveler notebooks, this insert is out, and that's because it was on the move. Okay, so let me show you, give you an update on what I have going on at home. So these are my other 2 inserts that are traveler's notebooks that I keep at home. And one is for love notes, and one is for like a commonplace. So I'll show you what I've got going on here. Okay, so in the commonplace, and these are almost always like this. I rarely put them back in the little elastic because they're always I'm just changing them out all the time, which has been really fun. So this first one is an events one, and these are just things that I'm doing, I'm going, I'm just memorable moments for me. And you can see here the date night at the plot that I just showed you in my daily is here. Mother's Day is here. That 3G day is here. A garden walk. Another date night. And then last night I had our wedding anniversary, so I've got a spread that I need to do this weekend for the wedding anniversary. So this is kind of like an events, outings, you know, things that moments I want to take a snapshot and do a spread on, which is different from my daily. And then this one, you all know, is my existential journal, and that's where I tend to put my darker, harder, deeper thoughts, and that one I keep private and off limits. And then this one here is my book, what I've been reading, and I love textures. I love Mod Podging things on, and sometimes I do it in stages, not all at once, but I'll add layers and layers. So that's what you're seeing there. This is my, again, my reading insert. This was a spread gone wrong. That paper is disintegrating, and so, but that's okay. Up here, what I keep are book recommendations and things that are not in my Passport TBR, but just books like next ups or options and selections. I do like to keep a little TBR running right here. And again, that's separate from my Passport. What I put in my Passport traveler's notebook to keep on the go with me are the things I really want. These are things I haven't really researched or read, but they've been recommended in one way or another. And so I just put them here holding. And then as I'm reading books, I was doing a reading journal challenge. So you'll see some of that challenge mixed in here with the books. But basically, as I was finishing books, I was doing a spread on it, writing a small little review on whether or not I liked it. And more book journaling, book spread. This was on Glint. And I also finished The Serpent and the Wings of Night that I need to do a spread on, and that's why you see it here. So that's my reading insert. Okay, and the last traveler's notebook that I keep is for love notes, which I continue to try to develop out and build community around. So this first one for love notes is my video calendar. So you can see here, May, how many videos versus shorts that I did. My shorts tend to not do very well. I don't think I'm very good at them, but if I do post them, I like to track them. I like to keep track of this because it's easy with my heavy work schedule, 4 days to just disappear. And then I'm all, whoa, I haven't posted a video for, 4 days. I like to be pretty consistent. So yeah, I keep track of that. And here's June. In between, I also keep track of what the video was about. So I have records of that as well. So that's that first insert. And then, let's see, this second insert is more of the brainstorming around love notes. I do like to keep little notes like this, things that I'm thinking about, brainstorming. And this was the video Kay the Explorer, which was so silly. You can see here, I started at the front end of May just keeping track of postings on a page, but it was too difficult to go back and flip through and determine, when I last posted or what I posted. So that's why I moved to that calendar that you saw. I was building a brand suite. I have been building a brand suite, so just making some notes of things I may want to think about. I went in and wrote a mission statement and a vision statement for love notes. And I just collected a couple of pictures of some small studios that I hope to build here on the property for love notes. Not studios as in plural, but a studio for love notes. And just kind of some, inspiration, like a small little vision board of what that may look like for me. And then I'd asked AI to help me out with some terms for Traveler's Notebook because I'm new to that community, and I didn't know what a lot of the things were called. So I just asked AI to give me vocabulary for that. So you can see here that that's what it was doing. And I was also giving me YouTube content, like vocabulary, as to what type of videos are out with Traveler's Notebook. So that was kind of like a little research session for me. I did try to use AI to do like a growth plan for my channel, but I didn't like it. It didn't feel like, here it is here, and you can see in the whole growth plan that it did for me. There was one that I felt that I could use, but it was okay. I still put it in here because I don't know. I don't think that's something I can imagine, using AI to help me with, but I like to just to, be me in that space and not be guided in that space. But I wanted to try it. It just didn't work. Something I made a note here of is planner hauls, journaling hauls are pretty triggering to me. It makes me want the things. So I was just making a note. I was reflecting on that because as I was putting this in this journal or this insert, I was watching a video where they were doing a haul on Traveler's Notebook, and oh my gosh, I was convinced that I needed a legit Traveler's Notebook, and I just made that little note of like, oh yeah, I gotta not watch these videos. Okay, so yeah, so that was a no-go for me, and I did do a little session as to here, who am I in Love Notes? How do I want, or what do I want people to know about me? And then what kind of viewers might my channel attract? And that's just kind of where I, latched on to creativity and kindness and intentional living. So this was a pretty cool exercise. And then just some ideas as I come up with them, I'm putting there. And this I got on social media, and somebody was putting out, I don't know if you ever watch those TikToks on, creating in Canva, things like that. But this content person put out some helpful videos on Canva fonts that go well together. I was so appreciative of that. So I printed them out because I really liked this one. I like them all, but I really, really liked this one. And I thought when I was doing my, my brand design and just developing out Love Notes, I want to find more of these. Maybe on Pinterest I can find some more, because yeah, it's like that would take me forever in Canva. So again, I was so grateful for that individual that put those out. So you may see this section build as I kind of look at fonts and branding for logo and things like that. Love Notes is pretty important to me. It's done a lot for me, and allowed me to express myself in ways that, I never have been able to before, allow me to build a community that I've never had before. And so it's pretty near and dear to my heart, and I just want to be a good caretaker of it and tender of it. So that's Love Notes. And that concludes my May in my Traveler's Notebooks. I am, as I said, really enjoying them. I don't, I'm not compelled to change anything about what I'm doing, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. And on that note, it's Saturday morning. It's still pretty early, but I'm going to go get the food ready for the animals and start my day. I've got a lot of gardening to do today, and hopefully we'll finish a large irrigation project that I have gone over budget on. Until the next time, may you be blessed.